Hello everyone. So this is Karthikeyan, biology faculty from SIMS Institute, Nanganallu. We will be discussing NEET 2019 biology solutions. Which of these statement given below is not true about formation of annular rings in trees? So you all know we have the spring wood, autumn wood. So in tropical seasons, I mean in the temperate areas, we all have the difference in many seasons, right? So based on how the cambium activity is, it has been divided into spring wood and autumn wood. So in spring season, activity of cambium is going to be more, whereas in autumn season it is going to be less and all that. Okay, so annual ring is a combination of spring wood and autumn wood produced in 1 year. Yes, absolutely right. Differential activity of cambium causes light and dark bands of tissue called as early and late wood respectively. Yes, early wood is your spring wood, late is your autumn wood. Spring wood is light and autumn woods are going to be darker. Yes, very good point. Activity of cambium depends upon variation climate. Just now I told you temperate areas, right? So that is variation of climate. Fourth point, see how rude he is. Annual rings are not prominent in trees of temperate regions. Just now we saw it is in temperate regions. Spring, autumn, nut is only in temperate regions, right? So the answer is, examiner, you have tried to confuse me. This is the wrong statement. It is very prominent in trees of temperate regions. Okay. Again, a direct question. This will be in NCERT. Okay, so which of the following ecological pyramid is generally inverted? It is pyramid of biomass in the sea. Right. So if you take the pyramid, large fish, small fish, zooplankton, phytoplankton. So this will be the pyramid that would have been given in your NCERT textbook. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so pyramid of biomass in sea is going to be inverted. Pyramid of numbers in grassland, no. Energy, no. Energy is always upright. Okay, pyramid of energy is going to be always upright, and in forest biomass is also not inverted. Placentation, which ovules develops on the inner wall of the ovary or in the peripheral part. Again, if you have some, we all have this English background, right? So peripheral part, so which means parietal. Answer is parietal. So one example for parietal, I can give it as mustard. So diagram will be something like this, right? It's all going to be along the periphery. Okay, parietal part. Which of the following protocol? The first question I told you, right? We have one more question. It is Montreal Protocol. Kyoto Protocol was that protocol that was called in Japan. Okay, for this carbon dioxide emission and global warming and all that. This is about this question. Which of the following contraceptive do involve the role of hormones? Lactational amenorrhea. Yes, of course. What is the hormonal part there? If you take during lactation, there is going to be increased levels of prolactin. Okay, why? What is the significance of that? Whenever there is increased levels of prolactin, automatically your gonadotrophin levels are decreased. Okay, so the relation between prolactin and gonadotrophin levels are inversely proportional. Please note this point, very important. Suppression of gonadotrophins happens during lactation because there is increased levels of prolactin. Pills, yes, of course. Progesterone combination or progesterone estrogen combination is emergency contraceptives, yes. Right, so we give progesterone and estrogen combination for 72 hours. It's an emergency contraceptive. So the first option is correct. Barrier method, no hormone. CUT, copper, it's not an hormone. Again, we have got barrier method in the first option. So the correct answer is option 1. So in this, you just have to understand this prolactin and gonadotrophin levels significance. Trial volume and expected reserve volume of an athlete is 500 ml and 1000 ml respectively. What will be his expiratory capacity? The residual volume is 1200 ml. Now, he has asked what? He has asked as expiratory capacity. So, which means, yes, doctors, you all know expiratory capacity is tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. So, what you have got to understand the first point, examiner, he is trying to play with us. He has given this residual volume just to confuse us. You would have thought, okay, we will arrive at a new formula. No, we are following only NCERT formula. Yes, so PV plus ERV. So it is 500 ml plus 1000 ml. So the answer is 1500 ml. So it is option 1. Okay, so EC is equal to TV plus ERV. In breathing and exchange of gases, please kindly go through the volumes and capacities. Every year there is a question from this topic. So it is like utmost importance that you need to give in this chapter is capacities and volumes. Okay. What is the fate of male gametes discharged in synergid? I guess we saw a question before that central cell becomes endosperm and all that. So one fuses with the egg, another fuses with the central cell nuclei. So one which fuses with the egg is going to form zygote, that is going to be diploid. Another which fuses with the central cell nuclei, it is going to become primary endosperm nucleus, that is triploid. Right? You are all very good people. You all know this. What is the site of precipitation of photo period necessary for induction? Against a direct question given in that, what is the chapter? Plant growth and regulators. It is leaves. Okay, so leaves is where this precipitation of photo period is going to take place. Question seems to be very large, but answer is very simple. Following statements describe the characteristic of the enzyme restriction endonuclease. Identify the incorrect statement. Enzyme cuts DNA molecule at identified portion within the DNA. Yes, very good thing. Enzyme binds at the specific sites and cuts only one of the two strands. No, it is going to identify something called as the palindromic sequence, and it makes cuts at the exact position on both these strands. Right? It makes a cut exactly at the same part between the same nucleotide bases, exactly between the same bases on the both these strands. Okay, so the second statement is wrong. Why? Because it says only one of these strands, but no, it cuts at both these strands. This is the incorrect statement. From evolutionary point of view, again direct question, retention of the female gametophyte with developing young embryos on the parent sporophyte for some time is first observed in pteridophyte. The female gametophyte, again, what is this peculiarity here is, it retains for only some time. Then it is going to vanish off. That is why pteridophytes do not give rise to seeds. This is again one of the questions that appeared 2 years back. Okay, or I got to see in some model papers also. Pteridophytes do not give rise to seeds. What is the most appropriate reason? Is because the question. Retention of the female gametophyte with developing young embryos on the parent sporophyte for some time only. That is the important point, not forever. It is going to retain for a longer time, then it is going to give rise to seeds. But it is going to retain for only some time. That is a megaspore. That is why pteridophytes do not develop seeds. Okay, so first, no gametophyte retaining is going to be only with the pteridophytes. Okay.